Hi betting experts, on Saturday the 10th of September we've got a traditional ITV 7 on Saturday, best of the action from the St Leger meeting, final day at Doncaster, a couple of good races at Chester and of course the Champion Stakes at Leopardstown in Ireland to finish off the cards. We start off with our betting expert Daily Nap in the 220 at Doncaster, the Champagne Stakes, a Group 2 for 2-year-olds only, over 7 furlongs, only 3 runners, they'll be mortified with that given the prize money on offer, and I think Chaldine of Andrew Balding's will make all the running. He's a very smart, rapidly improving colt. I thought plenty went wrong at York when he won that Group 2 last time out in style, in the end finding and then finding again for pressure. He's extremely smart. They are going to aim for the Royal Lodge after he wins this, that's the plan anyway, and I think he's going to be extremely hard to beat under a front running ride from Dettori. Our betting expert value angle selection runs in the 330, the day's feature, the St Leger, the oldest classic, a Group 1 over a mile 6 for 3-year-olds and upwards, and the value for me here lies with Elder Elvarov at around 5 or 6 to 1. Now Roger Verrin's very progressive 3-year-old did extremely well to win the Queen's Vase at the Royal Meeting given his inexperience, switched several times, finding plenty for pressure to lead close home. It was a really taking display. They then sent him over to France and it developed into a bit of a dash which didn't suit him. He lost his unbeaten record in the process, but I thought he shaped pretty well. The long Doncaster straight should suit, and I think he's much better value than the short-priced favourite New London, who's had a series of pretty hard races. I'm not sure he'll be at his best in the autumn, and I think Elder Elvarov can improve past him. The remaining 5 races in time order on ITV will start at Doncaster in the 145, the Portland, a cracking sprint handicap, huge field. Chipstead landed quite a gamble for Roger Teal, back down to 7 to 4 favourite at Sandown last time out, and he did well to win. He was up on a strong pace throughout and found plenty up the hill. He's thriving, he's at his peak, he's got ideal conditions here. Kingscott's book now, he is up a few pounds in the weights as a result of that, but I think he's going to take a lot of beating here, or it should give his running and go really close in a big field. Over to Chester, the 2 o'clock, a very trappy listed contest over a mile 2, and I think Fancy Man has been typically hard to place, one of those horses who falls between 2 stalls. He's not good enough for the top handicaps, his rating's too high to compete in those, and he's not really a group performer either, but this listed contest is a good opening. He wasn't totally disgraced at a big price at York last time out, and his previous placed efforts give him leading claims here under Pat Dobbs. Back to Chester for the 235, a competitive mile 2 handicap for 4-year-olds and upwards. Well, Ravitch had been dropping strong hints that he was coming right and ready to win for most of the previous few months until he went to York last time out in a big field. And to be honest, you can always excuse a slightly lesser effort at that track, especially in a massive field. These calmer waters, the visor on, Frankie McDonald booked, I think he should go really close here. He's a fair price this morning, around 7 or 8 to 1. Back to Doncaster for the Park Stakes, a Group 2 over 7 furlongs. Kinross showed a really tenacious attitude to win that York Group 2 last time out, coming over to the stand side rail under a positive ride from Dettori and finding plenty. I think he'll boot for home a long way out here as well, and if he can lead, he'll be extremely hard to get past. He's got a terrific attitude. He is now 5, but he's a good advert for Rafe Beckett. He's consistent and he's a finder for pressure. And finally, the Champion Stakes at 345, a cracking Group 1 this. Massive prize money. I think Verdani is very much the one to be, and any rain that falls during the day on Saturday is very much in his favour. He's won 5 of his 7 career starts for Jean-Claude Rouget. He came from last to first in the Eclipse at Sandown, edging out Mishrif, showing a really good attitude under pressure under Soumillon, and I think he's been kept fresh for this valuable prize and should be extremely hard to beat. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts.